Friends of Redwood, welcome to the Everything Entertainment Podcast, brought to you by the Redwood Gigantea. I'm your host, Aisha Vargas.
I'm your co-host, Aiden Lupian.
And today we're here with the drama teacher, Mrs. Galvan.
Hi, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Good.
Doing all right? How about yourself?
Good. Great to be here.
It's good.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
All right, so the first question we have for you is, how long have you been the drama teacher for Redwood?
I have been at Redwood for 25 years, and I've been the drama teacher for 15 of those 25 years. Before that, I taught English in every classroom on this campus back when we were impacted like we are now. So, yeah, 15 years.
Did you move around a lot, like class-wise?
Yes, I moved a lot. I was pregnant with my daughter and had 4 different classrooms.
Oh, my gosh.
And had to take my books with me. It was fantastic. And up the stairs in the academic building.
Oh.
That's horrible.
But that's okay. We're not here to talk about that.
Yeah. All right. What made you interested in teaching drama?
My bachelor's degree is in theater arts technical design. I'm a technician. And then my master's degree is in theatrical production. And so I started out as a band kid. I was always in band my whole life. I twirled baton from the time I was 3 until I was like in college. And I just loved performing. And so I was like, how do I find a career in performing without having to be a performer or like teach performing? And look at me now. So I took some acting classes and some theater classes while I was at COS, and transferred to Fresno State and had to take my first technical classes, and went, I can be involved in theater without having to be on stage and memorize lines and stuff. Oh my God, this is great. So I went into technical theater, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So
That's awesome.
Good to hear. How many? What are the fall plays this year?
Yeah, we have 2. Sometimes when we have a lot of students who come out for the shows, we add like a pre-show or an intermission show or something so kids have more stage time. And this year, record-breaking numbers, we had 80 audition, and so I was like, we have to do something. I can't just cut all these kids because then they're not going to be involved in theater, and they really want to be. And so we decided to do 2 shows. They are Alice in Wonderland, and then a show that's called 30 Reasons Not to Be in a Play. And it's ridiculous. It's just one of those fun things. You know, you had a 2nd grade teacher who made you be a tree, and you got sat on the whole time. So why would you ever be in a play? So it's really fun. And then Alice in Wonderland is the story of Alice in Wonderland.
So how many kids are involved, like, in each play?
There are 60 in 30 Reasons Not to Be in a Play, which is huge. And then there are 48 in Alice in Wonderland, which I know you guys are like doing that math. That's 108. There's some crossover. Okay. So we have some people that are in Alice that have smaller parts. They're ladies, they're flowers, they're like the ensemble. They have bigger parts in 30 Reasons. So that way people have stage time, and we can share the wealth of talent.
It's a lot of kids.
It's a lot of kids, yes. We have a huge program.
Yeah. What drove you to make 2 plays?
Well, it was the amount of students
Just
that we
the
had.
amount?
Mm-hmm. That was it, was the amount of students. After the first day of auditions, I kind of went, what am I going to do? There was like 50 kids who showed up the first day, and I'm like, what am I going to do? This is not, in my opinion, if you cut all those kids who maybe are not as good as our juniors and seniors who've been doing this for a long period of time, how are they going to learn anything? Mm-hmm. They can't learn if I just cut them and then they come back for the next audition. They haven't grown as an actor. They haven't developed as their talent. So we had to do something. So, yeah.
What is the process in running 2 plays, since you are doing that this year?
Great question. So at first, it was going to be splitting rehearsal. We were going to do like a half an hour I would do with 30 Reasons, and then the other 2 hours of rehearsal would be for Alice. And then I had an epiphany. We have a very talented human that graduated in 2023 from Redwood. His name is Nathaniel Crabtree. He was the mayor last year in Bye Bye Birdie. He's been in shows all 4 years that he was here. He's at COS right now, and he's majoring in technical theater and in theater, basically. Last year, he wrote a 1-act for the one acts. It was a 30-minute show that he wrote for the Drama Twos to do. So he wrote it, he directed it, he produced it, he did all of those things. So he already has experience in that. 30 Reasons Not to Be in a Play is absolutely in his wheelhouse of things that he is really good at, the kind of humor and stuff. So I literally was walking out of the classroom at auditions and I was racking my brain, who can I have come help me? Because there's no way this is going to work. It's not going to work with me trying to do two at the same time. It was going to overwhelm me. It was going to overwhelm the kids. It's not good for anybody. And I was like, oh my God, Nathaniel. And so I called him. Our boosters are amazing. Our Redwood Drama boosters are amazing. They're going to find him some money so he can get paid for this. So it'll be his first paid directing gig.
That's cool.
So I
That's
get
awesome.
to train him as well. So that's what the process is. Everybody comes 6 o'clock Mondays and Thursdays, but the 30 Reasons people are with Nathaniel. The Alice people are with me. And when we have those kids that we share, we swap. I go over and I'm like, I need flowers. He comes over, he's like, I need these people. And we swap, and it's run smooth so far. But we've only had 3 rehearsals. So who knows what'll happen.
Yeah. So like on that note, like, do you think there's like, what are some challenges you think you guys are gonna be facing while running these 2 plays?
After last night's rehearsal, it is the sharing component. Mm-hmm. It is if they need to be with him learning something, but I need them to be doing the scene with me, it's that sharing component. We've got to revisit the calendar and make sure we're not overwhelming the students with too much to do all at once, because they're having to switch scripts. They're over here and they're like, okay, I gotta go to the other room and I gotta switch my script. What page are we on? And all of that. And it gets a little high anxiety at that point. So after last night, we're gonna restructure a little bit so it makes it a little smoother.
What are you looking forward to while directing these 2 plays?
So, number one, I'm looking forward to watching Nathaniel develop and flourish and go into what he really wants to do and giving him this opportunity. Second, like I said, we had all these freshmen and sophomores who've never done shows with me before. Watching them actually develop a talent and actually coming into their own, because they were all amazing at auditions, but watching them take that to the next level, and then watching those students that we have that are experienced. They're 4-year drama kids. They've done Space Princess Wars last year with us. They've done Bye Bye Birdie. Watching them take their talent to the next level as well. When I did cast, there's several students who were in Space Princess Wars last year. And so they're these big, crazy, funny characters, and now you're having to play the Cheshire Cat. And so you're very subdued and you're more controlled. And watching them take their talent to a different level, and it's a different use of acting. And so watching that happen, I love opening night, because it's like, all right, I get to sit here and eat a cookie and watch them work and watch what we've done.
Those
so
cookies are amazing.
The
too.
cookies are
Yeah,
amazing.
they're
They're
really good.
so
So
good.
good.
Yep. Those cookies. That's what people come to the shows for. They don't come to see us. They just come to eat cookies.
Real.
I
all
don't
that
blame them.
matters.
I don't blame 'em. I don't blame 'em.
Well, me either.
Small
It's the only
price.
reason I'm there.
So had the idea of 2 plays have you ever thought of that before this year, or was it only this year because there were so many kids?
We've always done one traditional straight play, something that was not a musical, something that was not like a one act. It was always a play for fall. That's been a tradition since Redwood became Redwood. Even before Redwood was Redwood, when it was Visalia High School, there was always a fall show of some sort. And no, it was one of those things where I'm like, maybe we should do 2. And we have the theater for the amount of time that we have the theater for. So we just took our final dress rehearsal on November 1st and turned that into a performance night. And then we added a matinee, because we have the theater all day Saturday anyway. So we added a matinee, so that way 30 Reasons has 2 shows and Alice has 3 shows. And that way it's a little bit even. We're trying to see if we can get one more. The problem is then we're into rehearsal time and we don't have as much rehearsal time. So I'm looking at that and trying to see if I can get extra days in the theater, but it's doubtful. So.
And then kind of moving away from the production questions, sort of, and more like the audience, what are some things that the audience should expect from these 2?
So if they come on the Wednesday night, November 1st, and watch 30 Reasons, it's one of those just really dumb shows. It's not a dumb show, but it's a dumb show. Like it's the dumb kind of fun, like just overly ridiculous, overacting, big characters, a lot of laughing. Alice is more of the kind of laughing that is, you got to think about it a little bit. Mm-hmm. And it's a little bit deeper of a storyline. It is the story of Alice in Wonderland, which the theme for us, what we're using is, it's in you already. Whatever you need to do with your life, it's in you already. You just got to find it. And sometimes you take a crazy path to find those things that are within you. And so it's a little bit more serious tone, but not serious at being a dramatic piece. Mm-hmm. It's still funny, very, very funny. It's just it's not the high school, middle school fart humor. That's what I call it. So 30 Reasons 30 Reasons has a pretty good storyline through it as well. But it's way more belly laugh humor. Does that make sense?
Yeah. They both sound great.
They are. There's going to be, and they're so different.
They're
so different.
It's fun.
Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to
add? Shows are November 1st through 4th, 7 p.m. And then the matinee on the Saturdays at 2 p.m. Tickets are going to be $8. You can buy them at the door, or we'll have a website that I'm sure you guys will put up. Mr. Miller knows it. RedwoodRangersLutis.com. And come see the show. Come eat some cookies. Come hang out with us. We have a good time. And musical auditions will be coming up in October as well. And we're doing Mean Girls. So, yay! Everybody loves that. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining us. We're excited to see how the plays turn out.
Me too.
I'm sure they're gonna turn out great. It sounds amazing already. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, I'm your host, Lisha Vargas.
I'm your co-host, Aiden Lupian.
And this is the Everything Entertainment Podcast. Thank you for listening.